Within the PM Office registration application, you're going to pre-register a patient. We're going to start with the pre-registered conversation, adding a person, looking at the conversation layout, encounter and patient level information, and then complete the conversation. We're going to start by logging into the application as a registration clerk. Once you're all logged in, we're going to start off and go to the conversation list bar. We're going to pick the clinic pre-registration conversation. That's going to bring up a person search window. Here we're going to plug in the patient's information that we're going to be searching for. Today we're going to be looking up ambulatory test as our patient. Inside here, we have a patient already registered under ambulatory test. If you verify using a patient identifier and we see that this patient is the same patient, then you can add an encounter. If it's not the same patient, then you can add a person. In this case, that was not the same patient, so we're going to add a person to the conversation. Here you're going to plug in the facility that you're registering for. So in this case, we're registering for the Sage Primary Clinic. Here we have the conversation open. It's important to note that up here is the patient information. This is patient-specific information, and down below we have an encounter-leveled information. So also we have tabs. These tabs have important information that you're going to need to fill out when registering a patient, including patient information tab, an accountant level information tab, a guarantor information tab. This will show their insurance primary and their insurance secondary and tertiary, as well as their MSP for Medicare patients. An insurance summary tab as well, and additional context that you can add to that patient. An important thing to note is that if you right-click within the conversation, you can highlight any required field. So you look now and you open up a conversation, and if there's no fields highlighted, you can just right-click on any required field. Another important aspect to note is that you can change the font. So if you'd rather have a smaller font or maybe a larger font so that way you can view it a little bit better, you can increase the font size. You can also change the style of the font, bold or italics or maybe underlined, or even change the font completely. So to actually come in and plug in information, if you notice, the middle initial is required. If there is not a middle initial for the patient, you'll just put NMN for no middle name. The gender is required as well. If for any reason that you don't have a social security number for this person, you can click in here and pick a reason for why they don't have their social security number. And that will make that field no longer required. You'll be also required to place the date of birth on this person. If you notice, once you've filled out that field, it will automatically populate that person's age. If you didn't have an encounter level information available at the point of pre-registration, you can just change that to no. That'll take out a ton of the required fields that you need to fill out. If you do have it available, you'll notice that you'll have other required fields that you'll have to fill out with that information. Just as a note, when you fill this in and change this to no, it takes out a lot of those required fields. So it's good to know if you can't fill out that information for the encounter level, at the time of pre-registration. An important aspect here is if you have an estimated arrival date, and you can put a T for today, you could put it N for now, and it will automatically put in today's date and time. And that would basically be for now, which is today's date, this time now, and so on. The guarantor information you'll plug in with any important items that need to be plugged in. It'll automatically populate the information for that patient there. And as you see, if there's no more required fields, then there's no more encounter level information to put in. So we'll just complete the conversation. If for any reason you forgot to fill out anything in the field, it'll pop up this window here, and it says required field not populated. Just click OK, and it'll focus you in on that field. It'll actually bring you to the area that you did not plug in the information that's required. So now that we have all of our information plugged in, I should be able to move forward. And it will assign your MRN and PIN number.